Doctor Who Chronicles from Doctor Who magazine from Panini, 1988. That released over the past couple of days, and my copy arrived in the post today. This is from Doctor Who magazine, a big chronicle, in-depth look at all of Doctor Who's happenings from that particular year. This is 1988, so it covers season 25. So Remembrance of the Daleks, Happiness Patrol, Silver Nemesis, and Greatest Show in the Galaxy. Even though that's only 4 stories, this is quite a thick tome. They've clearly okay, we've got 4 stories, let's go as in-depth as we possibly can. That's the great thing about 80s Doctor Who, though. There's so much surviving material to use, including especially from the mid to late 80s Doctor Who. They've got all of the outtakes as well on the DVD and the Blu-ray, and all the floor footage that has been preserved and kept in the archives. It's why, even though we only have one Peter Davison box set, there's so much on that Peter Davison collection box set to watch behind the scenes. But yeah, because there's so much stuff that survives in the 60s, they just throw everything away. But yeah, so this released a couple of days ago. You can still get it on the Panini website. I recommend going online to get it, because these sell out pretty quickly, but they still have copies apparently on the Panini website. And it's very hard to actually find these things in the wild. So I recommend, if you are into this particular era of Doctor Who, even if you haven't got all of the other chronicles that they've released, the 1965 one has been a really good resource while making my way through the season 2 and season 3 reviews. My favourite outtake is still Sylvester McCoy shouting in Survival. Is that on YouTube? Let's have 1 second. Doctor Who Survival outtake. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the clip's here. I hope this doesn't get copyright claimed, but so this is the scene when they're all being chased by the cheetah people. This is the most replayed bit, so I'm presuming this is the bit that everyone's watching. Yeah, so Sylvester McCoy he's meant to be no, don't fight, stay still.
No, Ace! Stay still! Will you stay still, you idiots? I don't know how many times I gotta tell you not to move. You moved! You moved! Thank you!
Well, so I'm going to move the chat over here because you got to see what Sylvester McCoy did at the end.
You moved!
He just paused. And he gets a round of applause from the team. Oh, also shout out to Clever Tick Films. Oh, no, don't start that. Okay. Oh, it's so funny. Was that some of his Scottishness coming out? What, just the swearing and just losing his temper? That was the Scottishness. How have I never seen that before? I think it's on the DVD. I think it is. There's also some great outtakes from Remembrance of the Daleks when the Daleks are sneaking around and he's trying to whisper to Ace, and he's oh, Ace, no heroics. I've got enough problems learning the lines already. That's a lot of fun. It's a bit sad that there's no bloopers from the past couple of years of the revived series. I mean, of even I don't think are there any outtakes for the Whittaker era at all. I don't think there are. Yeah, I heard Tom hated K9. Everyone hated K9 because he was such a nightmare to work with. But the thing is, can you even call that an outtake or a blooper? Because that is just he's just yelling. He's not messed up. He's just gotten way too into it. Why is the quality so bad? Blimey, the video quality.
How long, K9?
Insufficient data.
Yeah, you never fucking know the answer when it's important.
So he says that because he knows he'll get away with it. That's not he's not messed up accidentally. I don't know if it's what you'd call a blooper or a flub, but that's still just very, very funny and very iconic. Can't wait for RTD to bring out a confidential. What was the rumor that Stefan Powell, the Welsh BBC journalist, who he'd be hosting something? Doctor Who Unleashed. Was that what it was called? There's IRL Jodie blooper compilation, but nothing from Doctor Who. Yeah, that's annoying. There's got to be hours and hours of fun material of Jodie Whittaker, is having fun on set, but there's nothing on the home media releases. Why would you withhold that from the public? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? 1 second. Face the Raven blooper. Okay, so this is from the official BBC YouTube channel, which means that they will likely sue me if I try and play it. But anyway.
Be brave. Be brave. I forgot to react. I was concentrating. Concentrating so much on being.
Oh, so this is just from Doctor Who Confidential. This isn't like an unedited blooper. This is just like an edited. Jenna Coleman forgot to react, and the Raven just did its thing.
Be brave. Be brave.
So, that's a weak source blooper. Thank you for sharing and letting me know about it, but that's a weak source blooper. Play the last bit.
Past me, I actually forgot to die.
That's
Right
it.
place for the bird.
Okay, that's Capaldi just like flying behind her. Don't you work for the BBC? In a freelance capacity. I'm not formally contracted with the BBC, but I have done freelance work for the BBC. I have a BBC email address, it might have expired. I've not logged in for a long time. Evil Dalek has sent me one in the Discord server, which I'll put on because it's Evil Dalek. That actually sounds like it would be a fun segment, though. Just reacting to Doctor Who bloopers. I might do that. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's not talk about the Christmas special leaks that we've had for Shooty Gatwa and Millie Gibson. We're going to react to some Doctor Who bloopers. This is a segment now. Thank you to Evil Dalek for sending this in the Mr. Taddis Discord server, which you can get access to if you're a £10 or above patron. So the 7th Doctor plays musical chairs, literally. Studio footage from Paradise Towers.
What I think is happening, apart from your activities, is that...
Okay, sorry, I need to move the chat out the way. God's sake, chat, why are you doing this to me?
Worthy of Max Wall,
Decades in the travelling theatre community. All of that experience on display. So good. He's so funny.
Is that...
Oh, he's so funny. I've recently started watching Tom Scar videos. That's been the rabbit hole while I've been waiting for things to render and things to process over the past couple of days. And he was telling a story about how he was at a convention and he's answering a question to the audience and he's like midway through the answer and he says, oh, an old man just came up to the front of the audience and was like, oh, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's happening. And then at the end of the panel, he found out it was Sylvester McCoy, having no idea where he was meant to be because his was the panel next. So he just looked like to Tom's guy, just an old man just like wandering around having no idea. And then he found out later it was McCoy. So 1 second, Doctor Who bloopers. There is the great stuff that dropped during this season 2. Was it? Yeah, the series 2 bloopers are a lot of fun. These are on the DVD, and I really wish that the current era, or basically just the last 10 years of Doctor Who, they had these as well. This is a great one from Anthony Head when he's meant to be at the top of the school, like intimidatingly looking down. Just as a little dance. Some of these are staged. This is where you find the iconic images of Cybermen playing football and dancing around in the park. K9 is goalie, naturally. Cyberman scores a goal. Yeah, so that's where that image comes from. Now you know. And it's just they just took the costumes and just went to the nearest park. Yeah, bring these back. This is I want to see the BBC license fee in action to bring this stuff back. What about when David Tennant knocks over the music stand? Is this it? Oh yeah, and Billie Piper's got the dots on her face because she's not meant to have a face in The Idiot's Lantern, and David Tennant cannot cope.
Please say cut.
Oh yeah, they did. There's like multiple takes.
So sorry.
Oh dear, I need to know if there's like any series 1 outtakes. Oh yeah, I played this clip in the Cybersember video when the actor who plays the president like steps over his lines. The thing is, like, working in TV has sort of like ruined my brain a little bit when watching some bloopers, because this was like a big, massive, expensive evening of filming. They've got all these extras here. This is like the most expensive scene of the episode, because there's so many people, there's so many costumes and stunts and everything, and they can't get the lines right. So we're laughing, the actors are laughing, but Graham Harper and the rest of the production team are like, God, we're going over time. Do the scene with 3 and David and John in the car. I'll try and find it once. Which one? 5 Dr. Master bloopers? Chat, feel free to link them to me on Twitter if you know of any, and you can quickly link them to me. Here we go. This is the 5th Doctor bloopers.
In an underground crypt behind a fountain.
Silence, girl!
I told you you've won. Even if you... Oh dear.
Thing is, it's that they did these effects live as well. Like, this is technically in camera, no visual effects, which is why they're able to do a blooper like this.
Handprint activated from the outside. Fetch the indent kit for my workbench. That's good.
What did he...
I fell down the moat.
He broke the set. Here we go. Yeah, this is from the filming of The Sound of Drums, and David Tennant and John Barrowman are on set together.
Curious, but I think I bring out the worst in him.
David, I've got cake.
That's such a great clip. Oh, this one's iconic. Derek Jacobi.
I am the master.
Sorry. Oh, so good. I need to do like a full-blown review of this, like a 40-minute breakdown of the canonicity of Music of the Spheres.
Cause.
Yes, okay, yes, that's the music stand, right? So it's that clip, except he knocks over the music stand at some point.
Come on here!
Okay, cut that.
The director was like reluctant to call cut. I love it.
Okay, cut that.
Okay, we'll cut there. David, let's recalibrate. Let's figure this one out. Okay, ZZ Switch, David Tennant's video diaries. Let's have a look. This is the most replayed moment, so I'll go right here.
Chocolate. We pulled it from the urn, which means it came through that little thing. It's like,
Captain Jack attack!
Oh dear, this has aged badly.
Yourself, didn't you?
I was a terrorist.
Sorry.
Is you getting in?
Yes.
So the women were worried when John Barrowman got in the car and they thought he was a terrorist.
That's good for the that is a good one.
I'm not sure that I captured it on the lens.
We'd have got how many people
Oh, he has clothes on. Yeah, that's why they're happy now.
get in the car? Hi, it's Graham.
Graham Harper.
Oh, Graham Harper!
What are you doing? Hello, guys. You all right?
We're from Doctor Who. We are. We're gonna go and go real far. Yeah, let's go.
Oh dear. But wait, look at that ye olde phone he was holding.
Go real far. Yeah, let's go.
You can tell this was filmed in 2007, 2008. Oh, blimey. Right, anything else? Was Doctor Who bloopers? Because this is fun. We don't need to talk about Shooty Gatwa and the Christmas special. Actually, there is a YouTube video with Series 5 outtakes. This is the most replayed bit. And this one looks like a Matt Smith one.
Becomes an angel, is an angel. That's like total rubbish.
Reset, please. One more.
No, are you actually filming now?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh my, look at this. Is this professionalism? No, it's not. We're on a roof. She's got a phone out.
Just go and drink your tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt Smith outtake.
Detector. It'll beep if there's something in your way. You just maneuver till the beeping stops, then you've got a clear path. Because, Amy, this is important. The angel is full of forests. You're going to have to walk like you can see.
Just pick that up, guys. Sorry. The forest is full of angels.
The angel is full of forests.
He was so in character he didn't even realise he flubbed.
Absolutely.
Cut there.
Survival bloopers, Sylvester Rage Quit is hilarious. You must be new, Rabbit Spaghetti. That clip, us watching that clip on stream, was what instigated this entire tangent. Is that Remembrance of the Daleks bloopers? Okay, so Doctor Who fan France has done Doctor Who Outtakes top 75. Do we just watch the top 75 Doctor Who bloopers?
Defenders. And then maybe, perhaps, later on, she might...
Oh, so much fun. Oh, I think it's this one. Yeah, this is the one that I was on about.
Get after him, stay with him, see where he's going.
Right.
Ace. No heroics. I've got enough problems learning the lines already.
Trust me.
Right.
That's one of my favourite bloopers. Tell you what, let's go for their top 15. Let's watch, actually 17, why not? Let's watch this video's like top bloopers. Let's go for it.
He's not a bit overweight with a zip around his forehead, is he?
Gone! She saved Delta's life with her warning cry. It's all right, she's now into the singing time.
What does? What am I supposed to do?
Well, there's a watch, but I've lost it.
Oh yeah, the guy falls over.
I don't think you know what you're dealing with here.
Yeah, the soldiers run around the car. Watch the last one.
I don't think you know what you're dealing with here.
Face first.
I assure you, Doctor, these men are hand-picked. They can deal with anything, providing they can see it.
Try they don't fall over. It shouldn't be long. Then you can leave. We must go back now.
You're here. You're here. Yes, evidently. Very sorry. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Collapse.
Come home. Oh, my God. She's standing on my feet. These brands, which one do you think our furry friends would find particularly...
This one, feline food. That's from
The time controller.
I cannot wait for season 25 to be released on Blu-ray so we can get better than 240p quality of these Remembrance of the Daleks bloopers.
How do you just rewire a piece of alien machinery?
It's easy when you've had 900 years of singing.
Once the Blu-ray comes out and we've got high quality versions of the rushes, someone needs to do an edit of these stories where it is just all of the bloopers but the rest of the episode is intact. I would love to see a cut of Remembrance of the Daleks where all of the bloopers are in and no one acknowledges them. I might do that myself.
There's no escape. Not this time.
But if we fight, we will destroy this planet. We will destroy ourselves.
Escape to what? I don't choose to live as an animal.
You grab me by the throat and then you beat the shit out of me.
That flag. That if anyone dares, well, I'll spit in the face.
Doctor, there's something odd here.
Well...
Are there any Colin Baker outtakes? Like, we've seen a lot from the 70s and the 80s, but there's no Colin Baker. Was he just, like, perfect with his lines all of the time? If, like, obviously that's commendable if so, but, yeah, it needed to be, like, some Colin Baker representation here.
There's something odd here.
Well...
Blimey, he's...
So much for the SAF survival course.
Sorry.
She's got snot everywhere. Oh, Sophie, look, it's come right down my front.
Don't move!
And this is the clip that's... Okay, this is the one. This is the funniest one, apparently.
Will you stay still, you idiots? I don't know how many times I gotta tell you not to move. You moved. You moved. Thank you. Wonderful.
Like, we're gonna go over it soon, but there's the there's the footage, there's the photos and the videos that have been happening over the current, like, past couple of weeks from Bad Wolf filming the upcoming Christmas special. Shooting at where Millie Gibson are there, of course. But can you imagine, like, if if there was an audience like watching these outtakes and these scenes happen, and Shooty Gatwa just decides to full-blown faceplant the floor in frustration. We can't go over these forever, but I'll quickly check the Discord server real quick. Okay, what's Toby sent? Seventh Doctor accidentally destroys the set. Let's go for it. I'm okay with that clickbait headline.
Right. Still running. 9 shot, 9 and 1, take 3.
Well, here we are. Not quite.
I've never seen that clip before. He took... that's like something I do. Sometimes I've got like my jacket on with the pockets, and I'll be near a door and I'll take the handle with me. Oh my god. But yeah, he leans over, the handle gets stuck in his jacket pocket, and he takes the set with him. That's so funny. Oh my god, that's so funny. Like I said, we need versions of 1980s stories, specifically Sylvester McCoy stories, where this outtake is just in the episode and it goes uncommented on. Oh, what story is this from, by the way? You can probably tell from the scene in Mel's outfit. Is this Paradise Towers or is this Delta and the Bannerman? Because either way, it's on Blu-ray, so somebody still can still put this together. Someone needs to make that edit. I'm not saying it has to be me. Paradise Towers. Okay, someone needs to do the Paradise Towers, the McCoy cut. Release the McCoy cut. What else have we got? Let me just look on Twitter and Discord. Thank you for sending that, Toby. That is terrific. Yeah, this is a segment now. I was actually thinking before I went live, when's the next time we're going to do a reaction segment, whether it be like reacting to old VFX and stuff. And we've just sort of fallen into this rabbit hole of effects of things now. Yeah, someone sent this on. Actually, let me get the credit on Twitter. Sorry, I closed the tab like an idiot. I call him Max. Yeah, it's a much easier name. Okay, so thank you to ZZ Switch in the chat. Alyssa in the chat for sending me the 5 Doctors blooper, and thank you to Ollie for sending me the series 3 one. I think we've watched this before, but there's no harm in watching it again.
Who are you getting married to? You sure he's human? He's not a bit overweight with a zip around his forehead, is he? Gone.
Very fun. Oh, okay, this one from the Lazarus Experiment.
9 take 2.
Sorry. I'm such a child.
Who needs a clapperboard? Oh, this is... Okay, these are all good. This one from Human Nature.
Such a child.
Who's that playing silly boogers there? Not silly boogers, I can't say that for the kids.
Yeah, these are some really good ones. There's something so charming about unprocessed, just raw footage with no color correction, no sound fixing. I love it. Obviously, it's not broadcastable, but it's so good.
There you are. Come look what I've got. Mr. Paul didn't want his afternoon tea, so Cook said I could have it. And there's enough for 2. What are you standing there for? Are you all right?
Freema!
It's so awkward. This 5 Doctors clip. Cutest blooper ever, apparently.
Perhaps. But you will never overcome me.
Oh, we don't need to. Soon Chancellor Flavor will... Okay. We'll go back to the moon.
That was quite cute. Okay, so a couple more.
Exterminate! 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 Exterminate!
Hey, Roy Skelton going hard.
Exterminate!
thank you. And for an encore.
Yeah, Roy Skelton just going really, really hard behind the scenes. Torchwood Series 2, is there a specific one that you sent? The Jamie, is there a specific one from here that you want me to look at?
What on earth have you been doing?
Move back, you ugly bitch!
What the hell did you do? That's my mother!
No, it's an alien.
I'm not an alien.
Oh, you're good. I'll give you that.
I'm not.
Oh, yeah?
And the Lone Ranger did everything for Tonto to kick the door right off the head.
I tried so hard to keep going. Animal.
I was gonna say, I don't remember the door blowing off its hinges in the original episode, but he did a good job to keep going. And not only that, he hits his mark. You can tell that he hit his mark properly because the carpet's there. That's where he has to be stood for the camera to properly capture him in frame to get that shot. And he hits his mark despite not. That's actually credit to Barrowman. That is actually quite good professionalism. Doctor Who swears! Exclamation point.
Because they delight in deviousness, that's why. It amuses them, chucking us in the deep end, watching us sink or swim.
Well, why have we stopped?
Oh, shit.
Obey! You will obey the Daleks! Exterminate! Bugger, I've lost them!
Oh, do you want to see something really, really cute? Theo is the chief officer at the biscuit factory. If you have cats, you'll understand what you mean by the biscuit factory. But he got a promotion. He's got a little tie on. Theo, show him your tie. He's got a little tie on. Because he's got a promotion at the biscuit factory. Do you want to have a quick bit of cat time? And then we'll watch some more. Theo. No cat time. He started doing this thing recently as well when he'll like start chewing and sucking on my thumb. Will he do it now on stream? Thumb time. No? No? Cat time. Theo looks a little ticked off. It's because he's a serious businessman now. He's got his little tie on. Hello. Theo, is it cat time?
Let's pass it on to Peter. He's more well-behaved than Pertwee.
I've never seen this.
If you can stand up with the weight of that scarf. Oh, I beg your pardon. That's all right. You're exonerated.
Miraculous.
What is your
I
question?
have gifts for the doctor.
A gift?
Oh, goody.
Step forward, all with gifts. To hell with the... Oh, what I've fallen. Oh.
For me...
Was this the Doctor Who day at, I forget where was it Longley in 83? This was like the massive 20th anniversary convention when Peter Davison, they oversold the amount of tickets. So Peter Davison, at the end of the day, he went out to everybody who wasn't able to get in and like autographed everything and spoke and got photos with everyone who was out there because the event had oversold the tickets. It might have been this one. I'm trying to think of like what other conventions there would have been in 83 that also had Troughton, also had Pertwee. Is that Nick Courtney as well? The Brigadier Nicholas Courtney in the background. It might be.
Oh.
I think this is America.
For me...
I'm not taking anything after him.
Pertwee, this is my question. Yawn.
Shut your face.
Shut up. Sorry. Shut up.
Shut up.
Yes, I'd like to know why there's so much hostility between the different... between the different incarnations of the Doctor.
I just don't like him.
That is good. But yeah, I that has to have been something that was sorted out like between the two before going on. Like, yeah, we're just gonna hurl insults at each other. Okay, we'll call it there for this. But that was a lot of fun. That was so much fun going through all of those clips. Oh my god, my jaw hurts. Is this where the iconic photo of Pertwee chasing Pat with a water jug? Is that a photo? Oh yeah, okay, I have seen this. Sorry, I have seen this before. This iconic image of Pertwee chasing Troughton with the water. This is such a good photo. But yeah, let's have a look at this. So 1983, convention, John Pertwee, Peter Davison, Troughton. Spirit of Light Doctor Who convention, the Museum of Classic Chicago Television. So was this in Chicago? Okay, so this adds up. Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, also Anthony Ainley, Nicholas Courtney, Janet Fielding, Louise Jameson, Elizabeth Sladen, Sarah Sutton, Mary Tam, Matthew Waterhouse, and more. That's a very good guest list, by the way. That's a very... Honestly, I don't even think you'd get like modern like conventions based around Doctor Who with a lineup that comprehensive. I know there's like more people now, of course, because we're nearly 40 years on from that, but that's a very good lineup. Oh no, Longleat 83, the greatest show in the galaxy. Oh, so it was. So there was a convention at Longleat, and Patrick Troughton passed away at a convention. Here we go. Yeah, so the caption on Facebook: Patrick Troughton running away from John Pertwee during a water fight at a convention in Chicago in the 80s. So I think it was from this one.